Okay, we are here to finally discover which is my favorite Metallica song. You know, I've been listening to Metallica a lot of time, a lot of years, all of their albums, a lot of shows, a lot of things. It's my favorite band, obviously. But it's so curious that I don't have a favorite song. Metallica have a lot of songs, more than 1000, I think. 100, sorry. And a lot of good songs, but I didn't know which one is my favorite. I think it's a little bit hard to select only one because Metallica had a lot of amazing stuff and amazing songs. And let's do it with Bracketfights. Bracketfights. Let's guess which is my favorite Metallica song. Okay, let's start with That Was Just Your Life or Bad Seed. Okay, That Was Just Your Life, one of the thrashiest Metallica songs when they come back with a Death Magnetic. And that's it, one of the songs of Reload, little bit hard rock, thing like that. For the way that it's composed, and because it means more to me, it's more fun to hear, is That Was Just Your Life, definitely. Blackened under name feeling, obviously Blackened. The God That Failed of the Four Horsemen. This is a hard one. The God That Failed is a beautiful song, a beautiful meaning. It's sad a little bit. It's very well structured. The first Metallica song in EV tuning. And the Four Horsemen, the gift that Dave Mustaine leaves to the band before they fired him. But it's so classic, it's so good, so fun to hear and to play on guitar. The Four Horsemen, sorry. Master of Puppets or Frantic? Obviously Master of Puppets. Sanitarium or Whiplash? This one is very hard to select. Welcome Home Sanitarium is possibly one of the most beautiful ballads and one of the most powerful Metallica songs. It has a lot of power, the meaning and the lyrics are so good. But Whiplash is one of the heaviest shits I ever heard in my life. Whiplash possibly is one of the songs that I started to headbang a lot for Metallica. It's so hard because both means a lot to me. Both are both are in my favorite Metallica albums, on both of my favorite Metallica albums. But Metallica had a lot of ballads, and songs like Whiplash, for me, there are not a lot, and Whiplash is unique for me. Spit Out the Bone and Suicide and Redemption. We have the most largest Metallica song as an instrumental, Suicide and Redemption, or Spit Out the Bone, the best song of Hardware to Self-Destruct. I think Suicide and Redemption had a lot of interesting things, a solo by James, very cool riffs, but it's too long, and the last 2 minutes are very repetitive, and I think that for that reason Spit Out the Bone say a lot for me. South Jack Built or Carp Diem Baby. Okay, I remember that one of the first songs I heard of Load was The House That Jack Built, and it took me for surprise because it didn't sound like Metallica. For a lot of you, I think that's the same thing. And Carved In Baby, it's a good song, good riffs, cool. But for the nostalgia and for what it means to me, and had a solo with Talkbox, the house that Jack built is a lot better for me. Okay, this is a hard one. This is a hard one. Where the Wild Things Are or Through and Never? Okay, Where the Wild Things Are is one of my favorite Metallica songs on Reload, possibly top 3 on Reload. Had amazing guitar work, amazing solo. That dark atmosphere is so good. But Through the Never is possibly the most thrashiest song on the Black Album. It's very fun to play, very fun to hear, an amazing chorus, and it grew me up first. Through the Never. Sorry. Cure or Ride the Lightning? It's so easy. Ride the Lightning. Prince Charming or To Live It Today? Possibly Prince Charming is the most rock song on Reload, but To Live It Today is one of the most beautiful instrumentals ever written. Sorry. Battery or Until It Sleeps? Okay, it's hard. It's hard because Until It Sleeps, I love that song. The performance on the first Tense I Am is beautiful, one of my favorite songs live. And the chorus, the meaning behind the lyrics is so deep, and I love that song. The solo, it's so simple, but Kirk make it sound very amazing. But Battery, the same thing as Whiplash, the very first song that made me headbang and made me feel like, yeah, this is so cool. And I think that Battery. I'm sorry. Anesthesia, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Okay, Anesthesia, the first instrumental of Metallica, cool bass lines, but the For Whom the Bell Tolls is so classic. That intro with a cool bass, it's unique. Shoot Me Again or Into My Beach? Shoot Me Again, like, In My Beach, like Prince Charming, is one of the most rock songs on Load and Reload. And it got me first, that Shoot Me Again. Hail on Fire or Poor Twisted Me? Okay, Hail on Fire is basically Fade to Black 2. Nothing very impressive. And Poor Twisted Me is a strange song, a different Metallica song, and I think that it's fun to hear, and I know that a lot of people doesn't like that song. But for me it's fun to hear because it's different, it's something not common on Metallica, and I think that for that reason, Poor Twisted Me. Creeping Death or Better Than You? Obviously Creeping Death is don't have. Cyanide or King Nothing? Okay, Cyanide, possibly one of the best Metallica songs on Death Magnetic, and after Saint Anger. But King Nothing for me, King Nothing, I think that with Until It Sleeps were the songs that for me defined that Load was an interesting album. And I think for that reason, and it's so cool. I know that is basically Enter Sandman 2, and I think that King Nothing wins this time. Sorry. Leper Messiah or Don't Tread on Me? Wow, this is hard. Per Messiah, possibly the less known song of Master of Puppets. It's so cool. I love the lyrics. Had a good solo, great riffs. But Don't Tread on Me have a percussion work amazing. It's so amazing. A great chorus. I know that the band doesn't like that song, but that song for me is wow, so much. Fight Fire with Fire or Die or Receive? Okay, this is a hard one. Okay, Fight Fire with Fire is an amazing song. I remember the first time that I heard it, I was like, this is something out of this world. This is so crazy, so heavy, so impressive. And all the song for me is from my favorite album, Red the Lightning. And all the song for me is that, so crazy. But Dire Sieve is a crazy song, but has lyrics that go deep inside of me. I identified with that lyrics. But for iconic, for times that I've heard it, for how I enjoy it, I think that Fight Fire with Fire win. Fade to Black or Hit the Lights? Hit the Lights, the first Metallica song that they wrote. Fade to Black, possibly the most powerful ballad that they have for me. It's hard. Hit the Lights have a cool riffs. Possibly the most, for me, Metallica song, possibly on Kill 'Em All. But Fade to Black is Fade to Black. I'm so sorry. Trapped on the Rise or Sad But True? Okay, Trapped on the Rise from my favorite record too. Very cool song. The solo from the beginning, I love it. But Sad But True, a heavy tune. But I hear it a lot of times, and I don't know. Metallica, when they play live this song, it doesn't feel the same. Kirk changed the solo a lot, and I don't know. It's a good song, a very good song. But for me, Trapped on the Rise is the best one. I'm sorry. Hero of the Day or Fixer? Okay, an unpopular opinion here. For me, Hero of the Day is possibly the most overrated song on Load. I didn't like it. Fixer, possibly the best song on Reload. And it's obvious. Fixer. My World or My Friend of Misery? Obviously My Friend of Misery. Much better song. Devil's Dance or The Shortest Straw? Okay, The Shortest Straw has an amazing solo, amazing groove, ta-da-ta. But Devil's Dance has a bass line that is amazing, a solo with whammy, a very cool lyrics. And I think the problem of The Shortest Straw is that it's too long. It's cool, but I think that Devil's Dance is a little bit better for me. I also love a lot of Shortest Straw. Eye of the Beholder or Saint Anger? Eye of the Beholder is possibly one of my top 3 songs on Justice for All. But Saint Anger is basically the best song on Saint Anger, or one of the best songs of Saint Anger. But I think that Eye of the Beholder is a lot better. Sorry. Purifier or Orion? How we can compare it, one song of Saint Anger with the best instrumental Metallica ever did? I'm sorry. 2x4 or the Judas Kiss? Okay, the Judas Kiss, I always had a problem with that song. Is too boring, too long, too boring, but has one of the best chorus Metallica ever did in their whole career. It's so funny because the song is shit, but has an amazing chorus. It's so fun. And 2x4 is so iconic for me. One of the best songs on Load. Had a cool solo section with solos of Kirk and James. It's cool. The drum intro is very cool. A lot better for me. Ah, shit. Okay, 2x4. Justice for All or Escape? Okay, Justice for All, possibly the most, or one of the most progressive Metallica songs of all, or the largest, 9 minutes. And Escape, the least known song on Ride the Lightning. It's sad, I know, but I think that because Justice for All is too long, I had cool riffs, cool solo, but Escape has for me a better groove, more fun. I think that Escape. Okay, now that was Just Your Life or Blackened. Blackened, obviously. Four Horsemen or Master of Puppets is a hard one, because Master of Puppets was possibly the song that got me into Metallica when I was 10 years old, probably. And the Four Horsemen is one of the most funniest Metallica songs they ever did in their career. It's so hard. It's very hard decision. But I think that for me now it represents a lot of more the Four Horsemen. I'm sorry. Whiplash, obviously. Through the Never, obviously. Ride the Lightning, obviously. Battery, obviously. In My Beach, obviously. Oh, Creeping Death. Fight Fire with Fire, obviously. Fade to Black, obviously. Fixer. Okay, this is a hard one too, because I know I had a lot of good memories with Devil's Dance, because when I heard the S&M first, for the very first time in my life, it blew my mind. A lot of songs, and Devil's Dance was one of these songs. And Eye of the Beholder, like I said before, it's one of my favorite Metallica songs, and Justice for All. And for the reason, for it's so classic, so good, Eye of the Beholder has one of the most cool Metallica riffs. Orion or 2x4 Orion. Amazing instrumental. Blackened or the Four Horsemen. Blackened is possibly one of the best Metallica songs to open a show, to open an album. But the Four Horsemen is so fun. It's so hard, but I think that Blackened is way cooler. Whiplash or Through the Never. Wow, this is so hard. Both are amazing songs, so fun. But I don't know. It's so hard. I think that it's so classic for me. Through the Never. I'm so sorry. Ride the Lightning on Battery. Sorry. Creeping Death. Sorry. Fight Fire with Fire or Fade to Black. I think that it wins Fight Fire with Fire only for the reason that I will never forget the moment that I heard it for the first time. It blew my mind forever. Fight Fire with Fire. I'm sorry. Fixer or Eye of the Beholder. This is hard. This is a hard one. Very hard one. Because Fixer, I don't know why that song, I like it so much. The lyrics, I love it. It hits me so deep. The lyrics, I identify a lot. And it's a different Metallica song. Very different and very cool. I like it. That not everything will be thrash. And I think for that reason Fixer wins. I'm sorry. Orion or Escape. Obviously Orion. Blackened or Through the Never. Okay, this is a hard one again, but I think that all songs are perfect. Cool riffs, cool solos, amazing chorus, so iconic. But for the reason that it's much shorter and much cooler for me, Through the Never. I'm so sorry. Battery or Creeping Death. Same, both songs are perfect, amazing solos, amazing chorus, amazing riffs. But for the same reason that Through an Air, Battery is so much shorter and more headbanging for me than Creeping Death. I love Creeping Death, it's one of my favorite Metallica songs, but I think that Battery wins. Fight Fire with Fire of Fixer. It's a very hard one, a very, very, very hard one. Both the same are very perfect songs, but I think that I don't know. Fight Fire with Fire or Fixer. Fixer for me is one of the most underrated songs on metal music, on rock music. Fixer for me should be one of the classics of Metallica. I know that sounds unpopular, but Fixer is a very well structured song, a very interesting song. And Fight Fire with Fire is one of the most thrashiest riffs, thrashiest Metallica songs. But for the thing that Fixer is a different one, I know Metallica had a lot of songs that sounds like Fight Fire with Fire. I think that Fixer, I'm sorry. Through an Ever or Battery? Holy shit, man. I don't know, it's so difficult. Okay, Battery had a long intro, like 1 minute intro, with an acoustic guitar. It grows the emotion on the people and then a breakdown. And how to break it down. It's a little bit longer than Through an Ever, but I think for the reason that Through an Ever is more go directly, I think that Through an Ever will win. Only for the reason that Battery had that intro, which is cool. It's cooler. I know that Metallica they don't play it live a lot, but Through an Ever is so direct. It's so fun song. I'm sorry. Fixer or Orion? Okay. Orion is one of the most beautiful songs ever written in music. It's so good. It sounds always for me to adelantado a su época. I know. But Fixer again. Only for the reason that Orion grew up on me first, that Fixer. Orion will win this. Only for that reason. I'm so sorry, Cliff, but Through an Air this time wins. Okay, well, let's go to the other side. Slither or Holier Than Thou? Slither is possibly the most hated Metallica song, the least liked Metallica song on all his career, and I know that the reason. I know the reason. Holier Than Thou, like Through an Ever, is one of the thrashiest songs on the Black Album, and I think that Holier Than Thou. With My Hate on You or Seek and Destroy? Seek and Destroy is so classic, I'm so sorry. Lowman's Lyric or Dream No More? Okay, like I said before, I like a lot of Metallica songs that sounds different. Because for me, it's cool that they don't only do the thrash, like other bands, like for example Slayer. And Dream No More is cool, but I think it's a little bit longer. And Lowman's Lyric, it's so deep, it hits me so hard. Damage Incorporated or Nothing Else Matters? Possibly the most popular Metallica songs. When you look at playlists on YouTube, classic rock songs, possibly Nothing Else Matters will be there. Always, with Enter Sandman. But Damage Inc. is possibly one of the most amazing Metallica songs with an amazing riff, amazing solos, and I think that Damage Inc. I'm so sorry. Struggle Within or the Call of Cthulhu. Okay, the Call of Cthulhu, one of the most amazing instrumentals. The performance on the SNM was incredible, but the Struggle Within is so cool. Had an amazing solo, cool chorus. I don't know, man. This is so hard, but I think that Call of Cthulhu is more iconic. I'm so sorry. The Unforgiven or Broken Beat and Scarred. Broken Beat and Scarred for me is one of the most underrated songs on Death Magnetic. It's so cool chorus. But The Unforgiven is The Unforgiven. I'm so sorry. Attitude or Metal Militia. Okay, Metal Militia, one of the most underrated songs, forgotten songs on Kill 'Em All, even for the band. And Attitude is a cool rock tune, but Metal Militia is Metal Militia. Thanks, Dave Mustaine. Jump in the Fire and Mankind. Okay, it's so easy. Mankind is one of the most awful Metallica songs I ever heard. Jump in the Fire. Thanks, Dave Mustaine again. All Within My Hands. Or Atlas Rise. Okay, Atlas Rise is cool, but All Within My Hands for me is one of the most heaviest Metallica songs. Just go and listen to the final part. James Hetfield singing Kill a lot of times. That's amazing. For me, that's amazing. Sorry. The studio version, obviously. Torn Within or I'm a Savage. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm a Savage I didn't listen like a lot of times. Enough. Torn Within, it's cool, but I think that it's a little bit weak. I think that song had good ideas, but they should have developed it a little bit better. And I think for that reason, I'm a Savage win. My Apocalypse or Dirty Window. Okay, Dirty Window had an amazing intro, cool riffs, but My Apocalypse had an amazing riff created by Kirk Hammett, and is one of the most trashiest songs on Death Magnetic. And I think for that reason, My Apocalypse. I'm sorry. The Memory Remains or Now That We're Dead. Fortune, fame, mirror, bane, gone insane, but the memory remains. One on a Wolfram. Oh man, it's so hard. So hard to select because one, like I said, with Master of Puppets, were the two songs that got me into Metallica, and I had a lot of respect for one because it was a song that want me to learn how to play guitar and solos. But a Wolfman Man had an amazing groove, amazing riffs, amazing solo, amazing chorus. It's perfect. But for the respect, for how iconic for my life it was, one. I'm sorry. Invisible Kid or Motorbread. Invisible Kid had a cool riffs, but it's so fucking long, man. And Motorbread has an iconic intro. It's so cool, that song. Fuel Before Fuel. Murder 1 or Enter Sandman. Murder 1, the tribute to Lemmy Kilmister. And Enter Sandman, the most played Metallica songs. Like, nothing else matters, just go. Classic rock music. Enter Sandman will be there. But how iconic it is, I think that Enter Sandman, I'm so sorry. Here Comes Revenge or No Remorse. Here Comes Revenge is one of the most coolest songs on Hardwired, but No Remorse is possibly my favorite song on Kill 'Em All. I'm so sorry. Harvester of Sorrow or All Nightmare Long. All Nightmare Long is possibly one of the most well composed songs on Metallica since probably Reload for Fixer, or for the most purist people, Freedoms of Sanity on Justice. But Harvester of Sorrow is a classic. It's an all-time classic, and I love that song, man. Harvester of Sorrow. The thing that should not be, or Mama said. Okay, the thing that should not be, like La Messiah, one of the most forgotten songs on Master of Puppets. It's cool. It's, I think, the first Metallica song that they did tune their guitars. And they sound a lot higher. But Mama Saying is a different one, a country song, country ballad. And I think that the problem of the thing that should not be is that it's so repetitive. I love that song, it's so cool. The performance on the first SIM, it's cool. But Mama Say is way better. For me. Hardwire or Wherever I'm in Rome. Anywhere I roam, where I lay my head, it's home. Obviously, Wherever I'm in Rome. Okay, wow, man, this is so hard. Possibly one of my favorite songs on Master of Puppets, and possibly one of my favorite songs on Load. Both songs are so long. It's possible Heroes possibly could be a song on Justice for All. It's so progressive, so cool, amazing riffs, amazing chorus, amazing solos. But Bleeding Me grew up on me, and it was played on live a lot of times on my favorite Metallica era live. That was late 90s. Okay, it's so difficult. I love both songs a lot. Both are amazing. But only for the reason that grew up on me more earlier, I think that Bleeding Me wins. I'm sorry. Forgiven 3 or Some Kind of Monster. Okay. Some Kind of Monster is one of the most awful Metallica songs. Had a cool riff, but the song is so long, so boring. And The Forgiven 3, it was unnecessary. Other thing that it's unnecessary that it is called The Forgiven 3. For me, it could be named like other, and okay, it's a good ballad, it's cool, but The Forgiven 3, I don't know, man. It's cool, and it's better than Some Kind of Monster, obviously. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that what you desire. The Unforgiven 2 or Ronnie? Obviously The Unforgiven 2. Ronnie is so boring. Sweet Amber, how sweet are you? So sweet does it get? Okay, Sweet Amber, it's cool. Has possibly the coolest bridge on Saint Anger, but the Alan Thorne changed my life. That song, man, is amazing. It's perfect, and the performance on SIM is perfect. The Day Never Comes or the Freedoms of Sanity. The Day That Never Comes is basically 1 and 2. The Freedoms of Sanity is just amazing. That main riff, man, the best that Metallica ever written. You've reached the end of the line. Cool one, but too long, and had an unnecessary breakdown like Master of Puppets. And Phantom Lord is just amazing. Holier Than Thou or Seek and Destroy. Seek and Destroy, obviously. Loma's Lyric or Damage Inc. Damage Incorporated. Call of Cthulhu or The Unforgiven. Call of Cthulhu, I think. Metal Militia or Jump in the Fire. Jump in the Fire. I like it more. All Within My Hands or Amaya Savage. All Within My Hands. My Apocalypse or The Memory Remains. My Apocalypse is a better written song. The Memory Remains probably the most commercial Metallica song they ever did. But The Memory Remains has la 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 la, and my Apocalypse don't have it, and I think that The Memory Remains will win. One or Motorhead, one. Enter Sandman or No Remorse, obviously No Remorse. Harvester of Sorrow or Mama Said. I think for the reason that Harvester of Sorrow I've heard it like a lot of times and it's amazing, and the band still play it live and it's amazing and it's so cool. I think that win Harvester of Sorrow. I'm so sorry. We're Army Rome or Bleeding Me, Bleeding Me. Caught under wheels roll. Fuel, obviously. Forgetting to Outlaw Turn. Sorry. Oh, Freedoms of Sanity or Phantom Lord. Both songs are perfect, but I think for the reason that the same with True Than Ever and the others. It's shorter, more direct, and more cooler for me. Phantom Lord. I love the Freedoms of Sanity. It's one of my favorite Metallica songs, but Phantom Lord. I'm so sorry. Seek and Destroy or Damage Incorporated. Damage Incorporated. Call of Cthulhu or Jump in the Fire. Jump in the Fire. All Within My Hands or The Memory Remains. The Memory Remains. One or No Remorse. Oh, fuck. I had a lot of respect for One, but One was my door to all this Metallica catalog, and one of the most incredible solos and opener riffs are No Remorse. I'm so sorry. I love One, but No Remorse is way better for me. Harvester of Carrots or Bleeding Me. I think that Bleeding Me had an amazing solo, an amazing chorus, like Harvester of Sorrow. But Bleeding Me, I think that it grew up on me first than Harvester, and I think that Bleeding Me only for that reason. Fuel or The Outlaw Turn, The Outlaw Turn, obviously. Phantom Lord or Moth Into Flame, obviously Phantom Lord. Moth Into Flame is so overrated. Damage Incorporated or Jump in the Fire. It's a hard one because Jump in the Fire, I would say, is more direct because the machine had that bass intro, but Jump in the Fire is a little bit longer that it needs to. And when that intro and the machine ends are basically 3 minutes of full aggressiveness, and it's something that I have never heard in my life. I'm sorry. Obviously No Remorse. Bleeding Me or The Outlaw Torn. Possibly my 2 favorite songs on Load. It's a very difficult decision, but for the reason that grew up on me first, I love those songs. I love both, but I think for the reason that grew up on me first, Bleeding Me wins. I'm so sorry. Damage Inc. or No Remorse. Damage Inc. or No Remorse. Damage Inc. or No Remorse. Man, when I heard in Spotify or YouTube or in a concert on YouTube or whatever the intro to No Remorse, I start to feeling like a boy, a little kid, so happy. For me that intro is perfect, the song is perfect, and the Cannibal Corpse cover, it's not perfect but it's so cool, and I think that No Remorse win this time. So sorry, man. Bleeding Me or Phantom Lord. I think that Bleeding Me grew up on me first. I'm sorry. No Remorse or Bleeding Me. Okay. Okay, man, this is so hard. This is very difficult because I have one of my first. Okay, a little story. I started hearing Metallica with the classics or the thrash era, but then I started listening to Load and Reload and grew up on me faster than I think. I like the famous songs on those albums, and the nostalgia telling me that I should select Bleeding Me, but No Remorse is, like I said before, I heard that song. When someone played that song, my energy grew up a lot, and I'm so sorry. No remorse, no regrets. We don't care what it meant. Another day, another death, another sorrow, another breath. Okay, the final. Oh, man, this is so hard. This is so fucking hard. Through an Air, basically my favorite song on Black Album, and No Remorse, basically my favorite song on Kill 'Em All. Which I prefer? Okay, let's get a little bit more nerds. Let's do some statistics. Okay, which one is shorter? Let's figure it out. Just let me. Six minutes and 4 minutes. Okay. Through an Air is more shorter, more direct. Had a shorter intro. Which solo I prefer? Through an Air had a point. These are the points of Through an Air, and these are the points on No Remorse. Which has cooler solo? Through an Air only have one solo. It's cool. No Remorse has 2 solos. And I know true that it's so cool, and I think that No Remorse is a good one. Which lyrics or which chorus I prefer? No remorse, no repent. All it is, ever was. Through an Air, I'm so sorry. And which has cooler riffs. No Remorse. No! This is the last question to define which one is better. Which one brings to me the best memories? Like I said before, No Remorse is one of my favorite songs on Kill 'Em All, but grew up on me late, a little bit late. I love that song. But the first time that I heard Through an Air was like when I first time heard Fight Fire with Fire. It was so crazy, man. It was so fucking crazy. And I think for that reason, we have a winner. And finally, we have discovered which is my favorite Metallica song of all time, which is Through an Air. Wow. Through the Never. It was hard, and I think that a little songs were missing. I don't know, but finally we have an answer. Through the Never, my favorite Metallica song, and it's not one of my favorite records, but definitely is my favorite one. I know that basically these ones are my 2 favorite Metallica songs, and Through the Never, it's Through the Never. Thanks for watching.